The most comments on today's Cowboys versus Packers preview gets a free raffle entry. So flood the comments section right now. Spam FGB in the comments section. It's the most individual comments will get that free raffle entry. Let's talk week 4. The Packers heavy road favorites against the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium, a place the Packers have never lost. That line inching closer and closer to 7. I would not be shocked if by kickoff there's enough money coming in that it jumps up to 7. Either way, Green Bay heavy favorites in this one. As always, I will make note we are filming this preview as part of our Thursday live show, so it is worth mentioning that sometimes these injury reports and updates do change. The ones to monitor, I don't think CeeDee Lamb will be available. DaRon Bland, I think will be available. I think he will play. Diggs is a little bit more on the TBD side. I bet he's going to be listed as questionable. Early prediction because he's not going to be a full participant at practice right now. Zach Tom seems unlikely. Aaron Banks, Javon Bullard all might not be able to go. Also worth mentioning, backup right tackle Anthony Belton is banged up, and all of that means the Packers are banged up, and maybe you could take advantage. And that is our first matchup to watch. Jadeveon Clowney against the Cowboys pass rush, led by newcomer Jadeveon Clowney, against the Packers offensive line. Look, for the first time in Caleb Williams' career, he was not sacked by the Dallas Cowboys. Every other team had taken at least one sack. Dallas didn't get home, and frankly, weren't that close. The closest felt like Ezraku on the boot action and Maz Smith on the flea flicker. That was the closest that they got. I need somebody, I don't care who, I need somebody to step up and show out as a pass rusher. And the last 2 weeks, you know what? That hasn't happened, especially at edge. Kenny Clark has 8 pressures per PFF over the last 2 weeks. Pretty good ratio. He has actually been a very good player for the Dallas Cowboys. Where is everyone else? Osa's winning, but his pass rush win rate is high. The pressures are not. That can be an indication that they're going to come, but until they come, I don't care. Where's Sam Williams? Where's Dante Fowler? Where's Marshawn Kneeland? Solomon Thomas has been a good run stopper, actually, which is kind of crazy. Someone's got to show up. Now, it's backups at right tackle, probably a backup at left guard. The Browns had the Packers in hell last week. Like, they had no answers. They were doing stunts. They were winning with 4. The difference is Browns had this guy named Myles Garrett that was commanding triple teams at points. Cowboys don't have that guy. If the Cowboys solution is just to run 4 with, bottom 10 stunt rate, I don't know if it's going to work out very well. Who you got in this one? P for the Packers, C for the Cowboys. Let me know in the comments section of today's show, P or C. Let's flip it. Matchup to watch the second. The Cowboys offensive tackles against the Green Bay Packers edge rushers. I hate this matchup for the Cowboys. It terrifies me. It really does. Tyler Guyton has, I think, been a little bit better than maybe he was last year. I thought he was actually, outside of the one really bad whiff, I thought he played pretty well against the Bears, especially in the run game. Terrence Steele he's Terrence Steele. They're penalty boys right now in frustrating fashion, and they get 2 of the better edge rushers in football right now. It's probably not an accident that the Packers suddenly acquire Micah Parsons, and Rashawn Gary now leads the NFL in sacks. Probably not a coincidence there, is it? Now, Micah's pressure rate remains high. Even though he's not getting the sacks, he had the one pressure that led to an interception. Those are just as good. You can't protect both tackles. That's what makes things challenging. I have an idea to help mitigate that Packers pass rush, but it's also much easier said than done. Today's show is made possible by Omaha Steaks. You guys get an extra $35 off with promo code Cowboys at checkout. That's on top of their 50% off site-wide sale at omahasteaks.com. It is the perfect time to stock up on exceptional flavor, handcrafted flavor, and the convenience that comes with Omaha Steaks as well. We've mentioned some of the classic assortment favorites, but it's not the only option that Omaha Steaks has here. There's a wide variety of selection on Omaha Steaks, and it can drop down your price tag. under $100 for all of that by using promo code Cowboys. So if you haven't already, go check them out. They've been America's original butcher since 1917. They're a family-owned company with over 100 years of expertise in the meat industry. Get fired up for fall grilling with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Red Hot Sale event. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code Cowboys at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code Cowboys at checkout. See site for details, links in the comment section and the description of today's show. One way to attempt to mitigate what I think will be a pretty much four-man pressure, two-high shell coverage look from the Packers, run the damn ball. And the Cowboys, when they've been able to run it, they had a bad game script issue against the Bears, which you have to avoid this week. They've run the ball pretty well. In fact, Javonte Williams is the most successful runner in the NFL. His success rate is first among backs, 53.5%. If you can run the football, now's a good week to try it because you don't have CeeDee Lamb. You're down two starters on the offensive line. You should try to protect your defense and protect your offensive line and protect your quarterback if you can run the ball effectively. If you can't run it effectively, it's a compounding issue. What's noteworthy here is the Packers have a really good run defense. That's the problem. They're third in yards per game, fourth in yards per carry, tied for third in explosive runs allowed, 15th in stuff rate, sixth in EPA per carry, second in yards before contact. Not as good after contact, but they're only 31st in run rate faced. Teams have mostly tried to throw it on Green Bay. So it's a smaller sample size. So maybe you could find a way to take advantage of that. Now, the next matchup to watch is the Cowboys coverage unit. They have reportedly changed some of the scheme. In particular, the language is now down to one word in the back end to identify the coverage, which my grade school coverages weren't one word. So that's concerning. The deep ball defense. The Cowboys allowed 415 yards and 5 TDs on deep passes. The second most in the NFL. These are all 20-plus yard throws. 212 and 2 TDs. So double. They're double the next worst deep passing defense. Unreal. Guess who has led the NFL in deep passing since 2023? It's Jordan Love. Yeah. Now, hasn't been as good this year. Simply 4 of 11 for 142 yards. But if I were Matt LaFleur, I'm dialing up a play-action shot to Matthew Golden early in this game. Who is the better quarterback? Now, this is, I think, a very good conversation to have. DP for Dak Prescott, JL for Jordan Love. Let me know in the comments section of today's show, DP or JL. Number 5 matchup to watch. This kind of ties into some of the deep shots. It's the linebackers and the safeties, the spine of your defense against Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft was banged up last week, wasn't as good, still a bit banged up right now. 15 targets, 11 catches, 169 yards, 2 TDs. This is the sneaky answer, for now at least. Who is the Packers' best receiver? It's actually been Tucker Kraft. I am old enough to remember the Cowboys secondary having all kinds of issues against Tucker Kraft in the playoffs. Might happen again. I want to try something new at linebacker. I'm over the Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn experiment. Let's try something else. I want to try something new at safety. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, Wanye Thomas, Marquise Bell. Try Thomas, try Bell. I'm even down to try Leafau. If you're going to do cover 2 stuff, you have to be able to cover the middle of the field. The Cowboys have been unable to. Safeties and that deep hook zone linebacker have killed you. Now, we will be live for the Cowboys against the Packers on Sunday Night Football. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button so you don't miss out. We'll be live an hour before kickoff hour plus before kickoff gets going. Rapid fire, some players to watch in this one. Number 5 is Jake Ferguson. No CeeDee Lamb, I assume, has been ruled out of the film, but he's not going to play. Come on. Fergie's got to do more after the catch. He's been a safety valve, but I want more than just safety valve stuff out of Jake Ferguson. Number 4 is Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle. This is a revenge game for Kenny Clark. And I think you can argue, especially with Bland missing time, he might be your best player on defense right now so far this season. He actually gets pressures, and he's been a very good run defender. That stuff matters. Number 3 is KaVontae Turpin. I kind of think a lot of the schemed up stuff that's gone to CeeDee Lamb is going to go to KaVontae Turpin this week. Got 5 carries for 19 yards, 8 catches for 129 yards this year. I bet he is utilized and involved in this matchup. Number 2, Jadeveon Clowney, the defensive end. He should play, and the Cowboys need something from this edge rusher group. Somebody has to show up here. Otherwise, I just don't know how you can have any success. To not get pressure against Caleb Williams was a damning indictment on this defense. Number 1, it's the new number 1. It's George Pickens. And this, I feel like I'm cheating by putting Pickens on here, but it's true. Don't drop passes. Don't get upset on the sideline. Make your catches. He is now your number 1 wide receiver. He now gets all the attention. He has to show up in this matchup, or the passing offense doesn't have the horses to compete with a team of this caliber in Green Bay.